Well, I was really wanting to ask Lee and Joe and James, I need some advice from yous because I've took on a unit like a prep centre. Well, that sounds really posh, a prep centre, but it's like it's a prep garage. You know what I mean? It's like it's basically where my body shop is. I've got a body shop, and then next to the body shop there's an MOT centre, and the chap who's got the MOT centre owns the industrial estate, and a unit's come up for rent. Long story short, it's like 550 quid a month, and you can get six cars in there, 7. So I was like, I can't miss this opportunity because well, number one, it's cheap. It's a blank canvas. I can get 2 ramps in there, and I just need to get a mechanic. What my question is like, what do I need to do now? What ramps do I need to get in? What equipment do I need to get in? I've just sold cars for like 12 years. I've never actually ran a garage. So if you've got any pearls of wisdom,
Probably Lee's probably the best person. Well, Lee and Joe on that. So this is the place. Unit 7,
that's it.
lovely
Yes.
car company prep centre. I'd be tempted to start looking for your mechanic and then figure out what they want.
Mm.
Do you think,
Oh,
Lee?
no, fucking hell, no, don't, because they want all the, listen, you're not paying for it, piss off. No,
Yeah,
no,
that's true.
you'll still spend grand of your
He's got
money.
an entire snap-on van in there, and you're going to be paying it off for the next 30 years.
I mean, it pisses off in 3 months, the main agent's getting more money, and then you're paying this, no, don't listen to them.
So if the main one is how much do I pay a mechanic?
Varies where you are in the UK, I suppose. I mean, I'm in the northwest. Most mechanics around here doing in a local garages. Main agents are different, different kettle of fish, but probably on in the northwest of England, 35 grand for a half decent mechanic. Now that's probably the enticing rate. Go down to London and it's different kettle of fish. I mean, you're in Yorkshire, aren't you? So
Yeah, yeah. So I put on Indeed 35 grand. That's what I put.
yeah, that's probably the same. Anything sort of north of Birmingham, probably going to be, or in Birmingham himself, probably upwards, is probably going to be that sort of category for a little garage. You know what I mean, like that. Really, I think that's where you need to be. That
I'm
sort of
right to
money.
say they should be bringing all their own tools, really, shouldn't they? I mean, yeah, your ramps and your compressor, but they should be bringing their own tools for everything else, shouldn't they? Really?
Most have their own boxes and stuff and their own tools, yeah. But there'll be specialist tools that you inevitably end up having to buy for little things. You know what I mean? Like it can be the smallest thing from some bush tool for little Ford Fiestas. I mean, we've all probably had them. We go and stuff, little things. You will end up spending huge amounts of money on equipment. I was always worked on the basis of trying to be minimalistic in the garages, and I bought. I mean, I set my first MOT station up. I think I spent 2,800 quid. Bought everything second hand. I bought a brake rollers for 150 quid. I ripped out of a garage in Stockport. I bought a ramp. And the dearest one was a ramp. I bought a second hand Bradby ramp, and I had to buy this ramp because it was dead small because the room was a bit tight. That was a couple of grand. That was the most. Everything else was peanuts. I got an old snap-on gas analyzer system for 150 quid. Managed to get it working. But on the opposite spectrum, I'd seen lads who bought like 30, 40 grand MOT bays. And, you've got, you've not got any customers. You're starting off, you spend 40 grand on that. That's a big risk. You spend a lot of money each week and you've got to pay all your overheads. And I had a funny story asking one of those. The guy who set an MOT station up not long after me, and he did the opposite to me. He was like, I'm not going to do it, I'm going to go get a new bay and blah, 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 do all this. He spent about 38 grand he was on a class 7 bay. And in fairness, he made a success of his business, but what happened was, as soon as he got signed off, he had the DBSA, well, Bozer, it was then round. It was lovely, this, beautiful. And as soon as Bozer, nice, shiny bay, they put you on a list for basically appeals. So basically, if you have any appeal in that area, you're the garage you're going to, because they only work on brand new stuff, because they've never got their hands dirty in their lives, DBSA. Never worked in garages, or even half of them. Half of them have never even done an MOT test, because they're not allowed to. It's quite ironic. They go around inspecting other garages, telling them how to do it. But there you go, that's another story. But they come around, put them on this list. And then what happened was about 9 months later, he had a string of appeals. And on the last appeal he had, they kept him there for 5 hours in his garage. Couldn't use it. All the money lost. And at the end of it, went, oh, by the way, we're going for your paperwork. Found out he had a headlamp test, the calibration was out by 2 days. And then gave him 90 points, disciplinary points, and fined him as well on the fact that you get £52.50 for the day from using your garage for 6 hours. And that's it. I said to him, get rid of them. Get rid of him. This is what happens when you have shiny equipment like that. This is you'll get the EVSA and all that. I mean, it's just, I don't know, no, it's a nightmare. But as we say on equipment, it's each your own really. I've never been one to sign up for, I've got to have the best equipment because everyone says it's the best. Just do your research, and you don't have to spend fortunes on stuff. There's plenty of good stuff out there. You can buy new ramps now for 2-poster ramps for 1,500 quid, £2,000, and anyone says, "Oh, the cheap Chinese." Everything's Chinese. Just find people who've bought them before and had them in the garage and said, "No, it's actually a decent ramp." Just you've got to do a bit of research.
I like my little mobile ramp, Dave. I mean, you probably want a 2-poster as well to get it fully up to height, but I've got a little mobile one as well. It gets up to about waist height, but you can actually move it around the workshop. So
Yeah, yeah,
obviously in a
yeah,
smaller
yeah.
unit like that, having 2 fixed ramps might not be as ideal as having one fixed and one mobile one. It's
That's
good
what
for getting
James
wheels
said.
off and discs and pads and stuff like that.
Yeah, he said get like one big ramp, one 2-poster, and then is it a scissor ramp you call it, what you've got?
Yeah, but you get my one. You can sort of wheel it about once you pump it up a bit. You can actually wheel it about, and you can get pretty low cars on it as well. Like you do sporty stuff, don't you? So
Yeah.
you can get some pretty low cars on there. I've had like a 911 on there, and it's okay. But yeah, it's good if you want to get like 4 wheels off real quickly and get them done, or do discs and pads, and do an exhaust. Choose one. Don't get one with a crossover in the middle of it, because then if you want to do an exhaust or something like that, it's right in the way. You get them with a
Right.
clear center all the way down the middle. And then you can do exhausts on it and stuff, and even a gearbox on it. But yeah, it'll just give you a bit more flexibility. Even if it's sunny, you can wheel it outside.
Oh, yeah, there we go, up my tech.
10 grand is like, you'd be able to get away with 10 grand.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We could build you a shopping list right now if you want.
Yeah. Just get me debit card out.
Yeah, I saw a scary video of one of those 1-poster lifts the other day. One of my subscribers sent me a video. He bought one, and he showed me it. And then about 3 months later, he sent me a video of a van falling off the side of it.
Yeah, he's done his round. Sent me the same thing. But I did see that obviously, but I have bought Ultimate Tech stuff for years. When I started making a little bit of money, I started to improve some of the equipment. We bought some of these. And in fairness, stuff I've still got an Ultimate Tech, the mobile ramp with the little like a not scissor lift, the pump truck thing. Got that's 8-9 years old, still going. I've had balances, time machines. In my last MOT station we sold, that was full of Ultimate Tech stuff. It was generally it's all right, but it is good value. Time machine stuff like that's good.
How much is the tyre machine there, Joe?
I'm just trying to find the one that we've got. Oh, look at this. Is it? Well, here you are, look. Yeah, this would do. You 2-in-1. So that's a tyre machine and a balancer for 1,250 quid.
Yeah, tyres is the biggest bane for me. It's the biggest stress. Tyres is, that's the main thing I'm so excited about is tyres.
If you're only getting one mechanic, maybe just get the 1-2-poster lift at the moment and save the money from the second lift to buy things like your tyre changer and your compressor.
Put it
Definitely.
in his basket, bro.
Put it in the basket.
Yeah, I'm looking. We get to live vicariously through Dave now.
Do your research on your compressor as well.
I don't want the snap-on man coming round every week. Put it that way. I'm definitely not having all that snap-on stuff.
With Lee saying about you got to pay for all the stuff and whatever, I'll see that Snap-on or the Mac van pull in here, and I'll just make myself scarce because the mechanics will come out and they're like, "Oh, he's got a deal on these, like it's like a £5,000 bit of diagnostic, and that will do that job that we sent down the road for 100 quid." I'm like, wonderful, good for them.
I like the pipe for the Snap-on man and Mac man.
That's for the mechanics. If they choose to spend that much, I say look out.
What about a diagnosis machine then?
Your own hiding as well. You notice that we used to go to a big car supermarket and the Snap-on man would come in, and then you'd see the ones running to the van because they've got broken tools and they're, "You fix me a ratchet," and the other ones that just vanish anywhere because they haven't got the 5 quid to you run around sort of find them, sort of get a horrible job. I had a friend who did one franchise, Mac one. Oh, he nearly broke him. And he was so glad to give it up. Horrible franchise to be involved
Yeah,
with.
I feel really sorry for them as well. I don't know why you'd, because like you turn up hoping to make a sale, and all the stuff with people who finance. As far as I'm aware, don't get me wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But the people who are, people finance their Snap-on tools. You have to because they're like the price of a bloody car. It's the franchisee who actually provides the finance. They front it. It's not Snap-on Corporation or whatever. It's the franchisee.
I think if it's over 600 quid or £1,000 or so, it's like a toolbox that we've done with by head office. and they'll just go through a lender, or they do it their own. Sometimes they do their own. It varies.
Or you definitely want that, don't you? Don't you, Lee? You definitely want to press all those bushings you're going to be doing.
20 ton press minimum.
Yeah.
What's that
All the
for? I
bushings.
don't even know what that is.
When you get bushings, Dave, you know when bushings are bad on stuff, they need to be.
Yeah.
You can't push them out with your fingers. They need to be pressed out, and you need a
Right.
press to do that. And bearing hubs and stuff like that. You'll also want a transmission jack.
They're the best oil drainers out on there. They far right. Oh no, not 240. Bloody hell, Joe, saving a bit
Really?
of money.
Oh, I'm
That
feeling
was-
a bit flash. That's the one we've got, I think.
Takes a bit longer, but you're saving 100 quid.
Yeah, have you put Joe? Have you put a transmission jack in as well there?
Just fill it up.
I'm enjoying myself at the minute. Don't rush me.
I've got all this stuff, but I don't use any of it. Yeah, get yourself an engine. There you go, transmission jack you need, and you want an engine hoist as well, don't you?
Coil spring compressor. Need a coil spring compressor.
Yeah, coil spring compressor. That's a good point. You need a coil spring compressor, otherwise
Yeah.
he'll lose all his teeth. And you want a
I'm not sure about these ones,
like I
though.
say, you want the balance bar for the engine. You need the balance bar there, middle at the bottom there. Middle at the bottom, you need the engine balance bar.
He's not going to be taking engines out.
I know everything you need, but I don't use any of it.
He doesn't need that.
What about
Yeah,
diagnosis
how much
machine?
do you now?
What about computer?
Lee will sort you
Joe?
out. He'll do you a code for Top Gun.
Just by the which one is it now? There's
600 or whatever.
No, they did.
Oh, the
one
Phoenix or
probably
whatever.
one is the
The 900 Pro, the big one, the 900.
Oh, that's really cheap. Oh, yeah. Just buy a Top Gun. Anyway, any machine 400 and a grand machine will be more than enough.
It's completely wasted on me. I'll send this to you as a gift, Dave. I want to send this to you as a gift, Dave.
Please, thank you, James.
Because to be honest, it's well past my ability to use it. This is the very top one with it's got all the connections. Katrina will be happy for you to get. It's got all the connections for all the different makes, and I'll never end up using it. So you have it, mate.
Oh, thank you, mate. Anyone got a spare aircon machine as well?
I mean, I've got one of their aircon machines from here. It's pretty decent, to be fair.
How much is that, Joe?
Well,
You'll need two.
yeah, you need two. So they're 1,660 quid.
Oh, why do you need two then?
Two different gases.
Oh,
Yeah.
And then one of
Oh
you's going
God,
to go up, I'm afraid, if you use the old gas.
mate, it's adding up quick, isn't it?
But, well, it's not really. Let's get these in the basket.
aircon machine, I might get second hand.
No,
Battery
I wouldn't bother.
reconditioner.
I wouldn't
No,
bother.
It's got to be new, has it?
They need to be serviced and all that crap anyway. So if you
All
get
right,
one
yeah,
that's
I'll
a bit
get a new
knackered
one
and leaky and rubbish, and
Right, Automech, you need to get, someone needs to send this to Automech, or someone hopefully watches the videos to Automech needs to
Yeah,
get
give
hold
a
of Dave.
discount.
They can see the shopping list there and do a little combined video on kitting out your new unit.
They are. Only spent 6,800.
yeah,
Plus,
sounds like 800 quid for all that gear.
It's not bad,
6,800
though.
plus
No,
the, plus
you
the
got-
unit, plus a month's wages. You're already in 10 grand, mate. Have you got any done yet?
Yeah,
got
that-
2-post ramp, tyre changer, wheel balancer, air compressor, a press.
I'd take the air compressor off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all right.
you-
But
you
just as a
gotta get-
guide for pricing,
I'll get you there's better air compressors than that one. I will.
Right,
The only thing I'm
It's that's a
Yeah.
really important choice, the air compressor as well, isn't it? Because it's got to be able to run the tools properly, isn't it?
It's got to be a decent air compressor.
Yeah, you can't cheap out on air compressors.
It's a bit of free advertising for Automotech. I did try to tap them up to send me some free stuff at one point because we use their stuff, and I was like, oh, when I was going to do my MOT centre, they never got back to me. So that's a freebie.